LARPing. If you are not LARPing, you are not trying. This is the new present day age meta. And if you're probably confused on what the hell is LARPing, well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you an example of good LARP before we really break down what it really is, right? So this girl, let's say you go on a date with this girl. This is an A class. This is an elite LARPer. Let's watch. At the end of the date, she leaves and she goes home and does this. True LARP. We have to give a round of applause. It's a girl's favorite trump card because you can't beat it. But at this point, if you can't beat them, join them. If she can take off her face at the end of a day and she can be a whole new person, brother, if you are 5'3", you can just identify as 6'8". What can they do? You have to even the playing field, you have to beat fire with fire, fight fire with fire. And the only way to beat LARP is to out LARP. So with that being said, you're probably wondering, okay, I know girls LARP, okay, what's wrong with that? The only question now is, how do we exactly beat fire with fire? How can we exactly even the playing field? What's the equivalent to frauding how your face looks for a man? It's pretty obvious. Money, height, status, even your looks. Shout out all the look maxers. All I'm going to say is, before we get into the video, you know what we do here. We answer what is good LARP and what is bad LARP, right? Before we get into the items in this tier list, let's identify what exactly makes good LARP. What even is LARP? Good LARP fools people. And LARP literally just stands for pretending to be something you're actually not, right? This is good LARP. You fool people. So if you have bad skin, you can just LARP makeup. If you're a girl, just LARP some makeup. If your eye area is terrible, if you have a negative canthal tilt, just LARP some contacts, maybe get the canthoplasty, I don't know. Or just get some eyelashes to hide your upper eyelid exposure. All we can say now is LARPing is the way of the game, and if you don't hop on the train, you are genetically, without a doubt, cooked. So LARP, if we know LARPing is pretending or frauding to be something you're not, good LARP fools people. Okay, so then that means by opposite definition, inversely, bad LARP fools yourself. Bad LARPs will have you thinking you're fooling people. Whole time we see through you clear as day. The problem with finding good examples of good LARPs is once I make a video on it, the LARP is no longer good. It low-key becomes a roast because the moment a good LARP no longer fools people and we break it down, it automatically becomes bad LARP. But we still have plenty of examples here that will show you what good LARPs are. But I won't have crystal cut examples because by me exposing good LARP, automatically it becomes bad LARP. So we've seen some good LARP from girls. Let's see, do girls ever fuck up? Let's look at some bad LARP from them, right? What does bad LARP even look like? This is what we call bad LARP. Let's look at this story time. And don't think bad LARP is only exclusive to your face. You can even LARP a story time, because when you LARP story times, you're building up fake social status. Whether it's true or not, the fact that we believe what you're saying, you're LARPing. You're pretending to be something you're not. So let's look at a girl. Let's break it down, see why it's important, and see how we can not make the same mistake, right?
This guy slapped my ass as I was walking past him at a bar, and without any pause or hesitation.
Okay, so this guy slapped your butt. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay.
This guy slapped my ass as I was walking past him at a bar, and without any pause or hesitation, I turned around and I picked him up.
You picked up a grown man. Now, guys, we have to make sure when we do have good LARP, it has to be believable. That's one of the biggest commandments. If it's not that believable, you're falling into bad LARP. You're only fooling yourself. So this girl just said a guy slapped her ass. And then now she's saying she picked up that same grown-ass man. And let's see what she says.
This guy slapped my ass as I was walking past him at a bar. And without any pause or hesitation, I turned around and I picked him up. And I started shaking him violently and said, "You like touching women without their consent! You like touching women without their consent!" And I'm screaming at him. And
you heard that right, guys. Let me just replay.
I started shaking him violently.
So you started shaking a grown man. And to pick him up, that means you must have some strong ass biceps. And you ruffled him like a little child. Okay, let's keep watching.
I turned around and I picked him up. And I started shaking him violently and said, "You like touching women without their consent! You like touching women without their consent!" And I'm screaming at him and he's midair and I'm just shaking him, shaking him, shaking him, shaking him.
Grown ass man, okay.
Midair and I'm just shaking him, shaking him, shaking him, shaking him. And I finally decided to put him down. He apologizes. And at this point, all of his friends are around. They're confused. What the hell is going on? And I'm like, "You're..."
So were these a group of manlets? Because guys, this is very bad LARP, and this had actually 1 million likes because people were laughing at how bad this LARP attempt was.
Apologizes. And at this point, all of his friends are around. They're confused. What the hell is going on? And I'm like, "Your friend touched my ass without my permission. I don't understand why you would ever do that." And I'm screaming at him. Finally, he apologizes. I walk away. For the rest of the night, every single time him or any of his friends saw me, they apologized.
That did not happen.
Not only did they apologize, but they took care of my friends and I's entire tab. They offered to pay for our Ubers home. They offered to pay for anything and everything that we wanted to do. This guy slapped my ass.
This is
as I was
simply
walking.
bad LARP. Now, the question now becomes, how could she have made this story more believable? And honestly, I don't care to really break it down to make bad LARP into good LARP. But this is an example of bad LARP, right? And the problem with LARPing story times on social media, for a dude, what would a good version, what would good LARP be, right? Or, okay, an equivalent to what she's doing is if a guy goes on TikTok and starts complaining about how girls won't get off his meat, how girls are always obsessed with him. If a guy does that, he's pretending to be a player, a hooper, a guy who gets bitches. And we know girls are big on social proof. So with this guy LARPing as a guy who gets girls, he's hoping to get more girls who believe his bullshit. Because here's the idea of a LARPer. I know this story might be confusing, but bear with me here. If he does make a story time about how girls are obsessed with him, then the girls in the comments are going to be wondering, what is it about him that's worth obsessing over? So now their head and their brain, they have to wonder, is he packing downstairs? What's so special about him? I'm gonna DM him, I'm gonna link him, I'm gonna let him crack to figure out if the story time was true. That's the goal of LARP. Now, is it going to be believable? We doubt. Same thing with this girl. She made up this story to come off as an independent, strong woman, which there are some girls that are like that. But she's LARPing this story time to gain more appeal and more praise from other women. Men can see through this shit clear as day, but this was a futile attempt at, as we know what it is, pretending to be something you're not. So she might have fooled the girls she was appealing to, but the dude saw through this shit clear as day. Even though we know women and girls are king of all LARPs, even us men, we fuck up too sometimes, right? Now, that was a bad LARP of a girl. Let's look at what bad LARP of a guy looks like as far as the story times are concerned.
2 girls came up to me and one of them was like, "What's your..."
See, 2 girls came up to me. It's like I just said. He's LARPing as a guy who gets girls.
2 girls came up to me and one of them was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Who cares?"
He's LARPing to be nonchalant, okay?
"What's your name?" And I was like, "Who cares?" She was like, "That's kind of rude." Her friend was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "My name holds the weight of who I was yesterday."
Okay, let's reread that. You said your name holds the weight of who you were yesterday. The reason why this is bad LARP, well, even if, and here is a big concern. Even if what he's saying here is true, if your story is too unbelievable, even if you're telling the truth, people just won't believe you. And by category, you are in bad LARP territory.
She was like, "That's kind of rude." Her friend was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "My name holds the weight of who I was yesterday. And who I was then is not who I am now." And one of them was like, "Ooh, I like that." And the other one was like, And I was like, "Well, I like you." And she was like, "Well, maybe I like you too." I said, "Well, I love you then." And she started laughing. They both started laughing. She said, "Well, I love you too." So she matched my energy. I'm like, all right, well, let's do what people...
The thing that's impressive with this guy is, and you guys can link this video. We're not going to watch this full video. Let's save each other's time. The great thing about him is he made this entire video with 0 cuts. He's fluent in LARPanese. Shout out to this guy. I'll link his video. You guys show him some support. But now that we know the difference between good LARP, bad LARP, the king of all LARPs, we can now finally get into the items in the tier list. If a girl can LARP clear skin, manlets, short kings, you can LARP being a 6'8 basketball player. Height boosters. Now, if you had to rank height boosters on a scale of king of LARPs or start a new life, what is the return on investment with this type of LARP? Now, without question, it's at least good LARPs. We know how much women make a big deal about, oh, if he's not 6 feet, I don't want him. We know how much women make it a big deal. The question now is this just good LARP? Does it depend? Or is it king of LARPs? Now, anyone with a mentally functioning brain already knows this is at least king of LARPs. The only problem with height boosters now is it's kind of become mainstream, right? I know you guys remember in my height video, there was just 6'8 guy saying how he's still wearing height boosters, or 6'7", or I don't know how tall he is, but height boosting has become so mainstream. I'm going to show you a quick clip here, guys, and that's the only con about it. So let's just watch this clip and get on with the tier list.
Put you on game. Don't tell nobody this shit.
Okay, it's a safe place.
You told one of the biggest streamers on the planet to not tell anyone this shit, and he's recording live. So no hate to DDG, but he low key patched the method.
Don't tell nobody.
But the effect is still there, right? The thing with the hype, I know you're probably wondering, bro, play the video, but bro, fuck you. The thing with the hype boosters is, even if a girl knows what you're doing, subconsciously, they can't help but to get wet, right? It's almost as if, let's say a girl might get a BBL, it's fake, but some guys still get turned on, like it's fake. Or a girl might even get surgery on her face, and her chin is kind of wonky, but you're still attracted to her subconsciously. I'm talking about for some guys. So even it being known that you're wearing height boosters, it doesn't change from the fact that if you and her are taking a picture together, whether you're wearing height boosters or not, she wants you to be taller than her. She wants your arm around her. She wants you to be bigger and to dominate her as far as physicality is concerned. So don't think, even though he's patching it, don't think, oh, because everyone else is wearing it, I'm going to stop. If you're a fool if you think like that. So let's watch the video before I continue on.
Put you on game. Don't tell nobody this shit.
Okay, it's a safe place.
Bro, patched it, and this is why we have to gatekeep. We can't have shit like this happening in the community.
Not tell nobody.
You hype boosted?
Gatekeeping is low.
Clip this.
Is you hype boosted?
Don't clip
This video had 2 million views, by the way.
Hold on.
Is there something within the boots, or
No, it's just the boots, bro. Like
is that your boots?
I'm gonna drop down. No, it ain't. I drop down
Yeah, brutal.
pretty far, bro. Don't.
You was like 4 inches taller, and then now you're about the same height.
Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, this is why we have to gatekeep, bro. This is clip farming gone wrong, bro. So I'll say this though, Hoopers. High boosters is not necessarily patched. Is it known? Yes. The new name of the game now is to have a height boost without it being obvious. Nowadays, if we see a guy wearing boots, bro, we know what you're doing, bro. If you got Timbs, or this is the black version of Timberlands, we know what you're doing. You might have some big ass pants to cover the size of your ankle. We get it. So now the name of the game is, how can you height boost without making it so obvious? Obviously, we're going to gatekeep that for the school. You can find your own shoes. But with that being said, if you do height boost, make sure you're wearing big pants. You don't want to wear some boots with some skinny jeans. It's kind of obvious that that's not your height. And it's, speaking of the school, it's kind of funny though, because one of the hoopers, he was saying how, he always wore height boosters, and one of the girls she cracked after he was finished, because when you get out the bed, you're going to be in your shoes. The girl was like, I thought you were taller. Like, after he already completed the mission. So he was wearing the high boosters. She let him crack, think he was probably 6'4" or 6 feet, who knows. But once he cracked and he was, his original size, the girl was like, I thought you were taller. He just laughed. And the funny part is, he has the right to do so. What he did was the equivalent to the girl who was wearing the fake makeup. I wish I still had it here, but it's the equivalent to, let's say you crack a girl who you thought had clear skin, but she's wearing makeup that looks natural. After you crack her, she takes off her makeup at night, and then you look at her and you say, oh, I thought your skin was clearer. That's LARPing 101. So if girls can LARP having good clear skin, nigga, you can LARP being tall, bro. If a girl can LARP having no upper eyelid exposure, or she can LARP having a good eye area with some thick broom ass lashes, okay, buy you some height boosters. It's the name of the game. We have to even the playing field, and then the sad part is girls don't like the fact that we're catching up to them, but it's okay. You can only fight fire with fire, and you can only out LARP. So height boosters is still king of LARPs. It's just like I said, you want to move militant. Don't make it too obvious. Find some shoes that are not like obviously boots, but that boost your height. You're probably thinking of some Air Maxes or some shit. I mean, I guess. But with that being said, this will remain king of LARPs as long as you know what you're doing, right? Like I just said, that hooper, he already cracked. The girl is saying, I thought you were taller. Oh, that's too bad. I already cracked your buns, bro. I'm sorry. What can you do now? Complain? Huh, that's too bad. So with that being said, obviously that was a shit test. With that being said, the next one on the list is a Pinterest image farmer. Now, the only problem with this shit is it sounds good, and most girls won't reverse image you, like reverse, search to see if you're faking this image. The only problem is the risk to reward is actually pretty dog shit. Because realize this shit. If you were to ever be caught, let's say you put this shit on your highlights, or in fact, you want to know the worst part with this Pinterest image farmer shit? Because girls are on Pinterest too. If you do post a picture and one of the girl recognize it is from Pinterest, you know you're genetically cooked, right? Like you're gooked. That's the new slang. It's no longer cooked. It's genetically cooked. Gooked with the G. You're gooked, bro. But on some actual shit, if you're caught stealing images from Pinterest, even if you don't steal it, like I'm saying, let's say your next picture is an actual picture you took of yourself, they will subconsciously already assume that you stole it from Pinterest, even if it's not the case, or even if it doesn't pop up on Pinterest. They're gonna assume you either stole it from your friend or you stole it from TikTok. It's just once you get caught stealing an image from Pinterest, you are cooked genetically, bro. You're cooked. So a better example, instead of using a Pinterest image LARPer, use one of your friends' pictures. This is good LARPs. The only problem is you might like be mutuals with your friends, so one of your mutuals might notice that you're stealing your friend's picture. But let's say your friend does not post that picture like on his story. Okay, you can hoop. But if he does post the picture you're stealing on his story, you're genetically cooked to try to steal it because your mutuals will notice. Or if you guys follow each other on the school, you might not even have any mutuals anyways, so you can just steal his picture even though you follow his story. You can steal his pictures, and because you don't have mutuals, it's fair game. So this is good LARPs. You just have to use it strategically. Next up is hat fishing. Now, let me get some water. Next up is hat fishing. Now, this one is not patched. It kind of depends. It's a little obvious. It's good LARPs. The only problem with hat fishing is if the girl has a brain on her, let's say you and her get into an argument, she says, take off your hat, right? You're already cooked. Take off your hat. I'm not finna argue with a bald man. You know what I'm saying? So, or a receding hairline. I don't want to give that to my kids. So they have a lot of material if you are hat fishing. As far as, let's say it's for your Instagram, okay, it's okay. If you're hat fishing, okay. But if it's in person and you guys get into an argument and she throws a shit test like, let me see under your hat, you're genetically cooked. But what you could do is replace this type of LARP with, where is it at? We have where's the turkey hairline and bastard. Now this one is, and I'm not really pro surgery, but if you do have a hairline and you LARP it with some type of turkey shit, I won't hate you, bro, because your hairline is something they can easily roast, assuming that your forehead is not that big. So if you want to be a hat fisher, okay, it's okay, but you're gonna get mocked by the turkey hairline ambassador because it's real hair, and the cherry on top is the girl you're with won't even know you went to Turkey. Now, the reason it's not really the king of LARPs is because it kind of is expensive. So relative to high boosters, we're gonna bring this shit down. Yeah, we're gonna bring this shit down to good LARPs. High boosters are cheap, easy. You can throw it on your shoes. You have to be a real true try hard to do turkey hardline maxing, but it's either turkey or minoxidil, and I would take turkey if I had that problem. No hate to people with Norwood 8 hairlines. You guys probably don't know what that means. But next up we have spray on beard, start a new life. Let's not be, come on. And the thing with the beards is, if you have to get a spray on beard, you're only appealing to older women anyways. You get what I'm saying? Like, obviously this isn't a spray on goatee, but if you're spraying on half of your cheek, you're appealing to older women, and even then it just not, it's too obvious. You can spray on your hairline, we're spray on hairline. We're just spray on hairline. That one makes more sense with the little chalk. This one is King of LARPs. God, I'm finna get in here. This is King of LARPs, thank you. Only because, especially if you're taking a picture for Instagram, it frames your face better. Your eyebrows look more framed. Everything looks better when it's the lineup. I'm assuming that you're black. When the lineup is crisp and sharp, it literally will frame your face. But a spray on beard, you're pushing it, bro. How fake can you get? You gotta be careful with the LARPs. Next up is buying followers. This one is actually king of all LARPs. But it's only king of LARPs if you can pair it with hiding your followers. If you can't hide your followers, it goes all the way down to if I could move this fucking thing, this tier list. Calm down. Cortisol spike. But this, if you can't hide your followers, this goes down. It goes down to the pens kind of patched, because all it takes is one click for her to see that your followers are fake. So if you can't hide your followers, you're kind of cooked. But if you can hide your followers and buy them, king of LARPs. Check out the school. Next up is the Bali photo shoot pilgrim. Now this one, Bali. Buzzword, obviously. This has been a trending thing as of recently. So if you go to Bali and you take a couple pictures, it is good LARPs. You're lifestyle LARPing as if you're living that type of life. It's good LARP. It's just, in comparison to high boosters, spray on the hairlines, buying followers, it's just not as good. Bali photo shoot pilgrim, it is good LARPs. You could take a lot of pictures and use it in between the year. King of LARPs, though. King of LARPs. It is low-key, man. Especially if you're taking the video there. Bali is low-key. It's a cheap vacation. It's not something expensive. Like, I don't know. I'm not really a locations guy. But I just know Bali, you take pictures down there, you're pretty good. The ticket is not that expensive. So, Bali photo shoot pilgrim is fair game. Now, the 4X profit. Now, let's watch a video with 4X niggas, right? And this is no hate to anyone who, if you're a day trader or you're at the store, whatever this is. If you're a day trader or you do 4X still, or if that's still trending, we're going to put you at Start a New Life. This has been patched. Not a new life. This isn't patched for a minute. I'm not going to lie to you. I need more water. This has been patched for a minute now. Like, maybe in 2020 you could get away with it. I'm gonna show you what you could have put on your story. This was back in, like, I don't know how long this is, but this is how a Forex profit would normally go. Let's watch this shit.
Y'all realize we're about to be rich as fuck.
So he said, you guys don't realize we're all about to be rich as fuck. And I don't know why someone put this filter. I didn't do this shit, bro. I just found this shit off TikTok. But
like 100% hands down. You do this for the next 2 years of your life, it's done. You're gonna be rich as fuck.
Now the thing is, the funny part is with this Forex scheme and this Forex era, because if you're not familiar with Forex, it was just like a group where you would learn how to day trade or something like that. It's like a day trading group, and you would just post videos on your story of like mentorships. And the thing with these mentorships videos is they would never actually make money. They would just kind of not manifest it, but they'll talk about doing it. It's like a dopamine cycle. Like, they'll say, okay, we're gonna make so much money, but the money never comes in. It's almost like a mindset group, like a law of assumption or a law of manifestation type of group. It was hella cope because you can only fool yourself for so many long. Like we said before, bad LARP fools yourself. So if you're making these type of videos and in a year or two from now you're still broke, it's like you're genetically cooked.
You're gonna be rich as fuck. I sat here and told you, platinum leaders. No chairman, no chairs. We're platinum leaders. You feel me? So 2 years. 2, 3.
So you're probably wondering why are you guys screaming and getting so hyped? Is because they're kind of getting excited for the amount of money they never made before. Like they're like, hey, we're gonna make so much money. This is like a hype. It's like that's why you put the mindset bullshit. It's like a hype group to get you excited about all the money you're supposedly are gonna make, but that never happened. So maybe back in 2020, this was actually like good LARPs, but now this is so patched. If you post yourself in a video in a group with, you screaming with some dudes, yeah. Back then, the girls might ask, what are you doing? Now it's like, bro, is this Forex? We're not going to take you serious. Car rentals, it's okay. It's good LARPs. I mean, if you do get a car rental, you could start doing a Instagram reel saying how you sell a course. So if you do have a car rental, you have a lot of power. But the only question now is, if a girl replies to your story and she wants to link you, you better have that car rental. Or not even that. You can pull off, if you pair this shit with my cars in the shop, you're good. So this is actually good LARPs. Actually king of LARPs. Car rentals. If you're staying next to the same car over and over, it's fair game. And if you pair it with the girl and you tell her my car is in the shop, it's decent, okay. I should have added having a verification badge on Instagram, but it's okay. That would go in king of LARPs, but you have to have a good page for it to fit. If you don't have showing your page, no highlights, it's just kind of silly looking. But having a verification badge, it is king of LARPs. You just have to have enough followers, and you can't. And if you do post on your feed, not your story, but your actual feed, where you can get like likes and comments. If you don't get that much engagement, you're gonna kind of expose your hand, right? So if you do get a verification badge and you buy followers and you fake your whole profile, you cannot post on your feed. Only post on your story and only post on your highlights, because it's pretty obvious if you do post on your feed. Next up is the demo account day trader. Now this one is actually king of LARPs. Not on this planet, but this is actually bad LARPs. See, I was trying to troll and jester, but now I can't even take this bullshit off. Come on. You're right there. There we go. So this is demo account. I mean, if you're trying to day trade, it's this patch. Where's also the other fake day trader, right? Both of these are dispatched, bro. Only because right now on Instagram, you want to sell your lifestyle. If some girls, no hate to these girls, but some girls are low-key mentally challenged. They don't even know what the fuck day trading is. So if you just show them a candlestick and all this shit, unless you get your payout, bro, or unless it's equating to your lifestyle and you having a lit life, you have to LARP the lifestyle. But day trading, when you do post this bullshit on your story, you're only appealing to people who are familiar with the charts, right? All they see are graphs. Are you showing your math homework? I mean, I'm gonna tell you that's how some girls think. So as far as being a fake or a demo account day trader, you'll only appeal to other day traders. And honestly, right here with LARPing, you want to fool everyone. You don't want to just appeal to day traders or people who are in the stock market or wherever the fuck that shit is. So if you do want to LARP your account, bro, get the payout, maybe hold up some money. That's low-key a little degenerate. Showing off some money. It's low-key degenerate, but it's low-key better than, showing your demo account or your fake payout that you use in spec element to edit, So that's patched. Next up we have designer reps. Now, if we're gonna be honest here, right? In 2026, if you have to buy fake shoes from either DHgate or some shop in China, out of all the LARPs, designer reps, it's not a good idea. Because let's say you do fool the internet, pun intended, fool the internet, elite ball knowledge. Let's say you do fool the internet and you do have some, fake shoes. I mean, online you're okay. But it's like, if you're caught in person or if you just have a fake shoe laying in your room, the girl might not know the difference, but ideally you're better off. I'm going to be honest here. You're better off getting a car rental before faking designer clothes. Now, if it's a good quality rep, maybe it's different. You would know better than me. But I would say for most people it's patched. But if you have a high quality manufacturer, it depends, right? If it's a high quality rep and it's damn near from the same shop that made the real shoe, okay. But if it's a low quality smick, you don't want to be caught, otherwise your whole life is cooked, genetically cooked. So we're gonna put designer reps at depends for now. Next up is Airbnb bandits. Now you're probably wondering, what the fuck is the Airbnb bandit? These are the type of people who go to Airbnbs and they take pictures, including me. This is not a bad thing to be. If you are an Airbnb bandit, you know how to save and use your money. Now, what does an Airbnb bandit look like, you might ask? An Airbnb bandit looks kind of like this. Like you have your friend group. Hold on. You can only blame fucking sticky notes for being useless. Fucking fries, gang. So, since this shit is fucking useless, we'll just have to I'm gonna do a cut here because this shit is fucking useless. Don't blame me, blame sticky notes. Okay, we're back. Since sticky note was fucking useless, we got the regular picture with a different app, right? So with the Airbnb bandit, what they usually do is they go to Airbnbs, and there's no hate to these guys. I just found this shit on TikTok. And the pic is low-key kind of tough. They're kind of hiding their face. You know, this is common among the black demographic. But if you are an Airbnb bandit and you take pictures where the Airbnb kitchen looks nice, you look clean, the lighting looks decent, this is definitely good LARPs. Is it king of LARPs? It's up there with the Bali photo shoot pilgrim, so yeah. And we do have some, social proof of people saying it's tough. Now, oh God, sticky, no, it doesn't matter. This girl, I'm gonna do another cut, guys, who cares? And we know it's tough because this looks like a girl in the comments and she's saying, okay, the pics do look tough. And for you to get 3,000 likes on a TikTok comment, that's low-key some ore, you upped rank. And this is another example of Airbnb bandit. So if you know how to have aura with it and you know what you're doing, this can be king of LARPs. But you have to know how to take a good picture, have a clean fit. Like I said, not to glaze these guys, but this shit is low key tough. I don't know if these shoes are real or fake. I mean, I'm not a designer expert, but can we zoom in on this shit? Yeah, clean fits, good LARPs. They're out the way. Freeforms, dreadheads, showing their Apple Watches. This is just good LARPs. Assuming that this is an Airbnb. So this is going to be a king of all LARPs. Not all LARPs, but just king of LARPs. It's up in this tier. I think we have too many things that are king of LARPs, so we're going to put on Bali. Bali is not that common, so we're going to put this in good LARPs. Not king of LARPs, okay. So next up is the fake natty. Now, without no question, I know I'm spamming a lot of king of LARPs, so let's get something that's less consistent. Let's do the gym mirror merchant, right? Now, this is actually depends, right? And it depends given the fact you have to ask yourself, when you do take these pictures, who are you trying to appeal to? Now, hoopers, our slogan, we want to put the ball in the hoop. So, obviously, we want to appeal to women, to the huzz. So, what is the difference between a picture that's appealing to women and one that's appealing to gym cells and maxers, right? I have a good picture. So, hopefully, this picture opens up. Of course, it doesn't, but that's okay. Of course it doesn't. Fucking useless. But you guys can say I didn't try. Fucking useless sticky notes. So with that being said, all we're going to do now is just... Okay, it's called either the male or the female gaze, right? So a male gaze would be something like this, right? You're kind of try-harding here. Can I zoom in here? And this is no hate to this guy. The goal here is to not be seen as trying too hard, like a musclehead ass nigga. We're not here to roast. I'm telling you, we're not here to roast, right? And like I said, he has a nice physique, but if we're a little too try hard, we're kind of going into bad LARP. We're fooling ourselves, right? We want to give off nonchalant, I don't really care vibes, right? So in this picture, yes, he's buff, but we have to kind of relax our shoulders here. I'm gonna put it like this: if it feels like you're trying too hard to impress the girl, they're gonna run away, right? This physique is impressive, but it's not it's not really appealing to women. It's too much, right? He has a lot of muscle, okay, but it's not even about the muscle. It's about the posing and how kind of try hard it is. Like you can hardly see this nigga neck, and this is not to roast this guy, but our goal here is to come off as we're not trying too hard. I'm just naturally built like this. Like you know what I'm saying? If we can tell you're flexing your abs in your pictures, you're kind of genetically cooked. So this is an example of kind of appealing to the male gaze. If this is my homeboy, I'm like, bro, your abs are tough, bro. But if a girl see this shit, it might be a little too much. So now you're wondering, okay, what would appeal to a girl? Something simple like this, right? A simple, you can tell he works out, but he's not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as performative, right? You see he has some height on him. Now this pose is kind of performative, but the girls don't care. He has some height, he has some muscles. He's flexing his jaw here, but notice how his neck is we can see his neck here. He's not overly shrugging his shoulders trying to flex out every fucking muscle. And like I said, guys, we're not here to roast this guy here. But you can literally tell the difference between night and day. We have every muscle is showing versus, yo, what's up? I'm a hooper. What's up? Hit my phone. If that makes sense. So if this guy just relaxed his shoulders, but even if he relaxed his shoulders, it's still kind of try hard, right? If you do want to be a gym mirror merchant, come off as, hey, I'm just built like this. I go to the gym maybe once a week, even though this physique in itself is impressive, right? Now, will I say, would I ever do a pose like this? Probably not, but the girls would eat this shit up. A girl would. Like, oh my God, your hair looks nice. And honestly, if this guy here had dreads, he would appeal to more girls a little bit, or had longer hair. Or, I don't know, because like I said, the dreads adds more to your sexual appeal here, right? So that's the difference between appealing to men or females here, okay? So as far as being a gym mirror merchant, as far as LARPing is concerned, it depends on the type of hooper you are, okay? Now, the fake natty is common sense. Like, being a fake natty, it's so free because you can like this guy right here, right? He could probably not be natural, but we would never know. He can just claim natural. I would assume he's natural. I can't see any cap deltoids from here, but that's not the only indicator. All I'm saying is, being a fake natty, you can get away with it as long as you look aesthetically pleasing. You're good. It's just you don't want to be too try hard. Otherwise, you're going into fooling yourself. If it feels like you're overly trying to flex every muscle, relax, brother. Breathe. There's no hate to this guy, but just relax, if that makes sense, right? And like I said, this guy, he's not posing for Instagram anyways. Clearly, it says he's at a posing room. I got this shit off of Pinterest, my nigga, so I don't really know. All I'm saying is, if you try too hard in the picture, girls can sniff the try hardness. He don't get no hoes. You have to look like you can fuck. But if it look like you're kind of insecure and you're here gym cell maxing, you're just bad LARPs all around. Next up, we have is AI LARPer. Now, I'm sorry to say this, brothers, but I have to put in King of LARPs. I mean, will you be caught for catfishing, the huzz? And do I recommend you to do it? No, I don't recommend you to do it. But the sad part is, you can LARP with AI. I don't know how some people do it. I really don't know how the people do it, because you can probably just look online. But normally what people might do is they might send a picture to some type of AI model, or they might clear up some acne, or they might clear up a nasolabial fold, or they might clear up some under eye support, or if you have a recessed orbitals, you might try to clear that shit up, or any flaws you have in the picture. It's unfortunate, but this is the current. If you have to LARP your pictures on either a dating app or Instagram to get the hoes, is it sad? Yes, but if you crack, does it matter? Like, I'm gonna ask you this question, right? If you have two options, right? And I'm not saying this is the case, right? You could. I'm not. Like I said, we are not promoting AI LARPs, but if you have two options, you're the bad bitch you want. You look good, but you might have some acne, like nothing too crazy. You kind of use AI to hide your blemishes, or you cover your shit up, okay? And you look better than you would have without the AI, and you end up cracking the girl. Would you feel guilty, or would you be ecstatic about the fact that you cracked? Or you could be a good guy, you won't LARP none of your pictures or use none of these LARPs, and the bad bitch sees your profile and you can't get her. Now, some people might cope and say, oh, well, if the girl won't accept me for me, I don't want her. That's okay. But for hoopers who are all about putting the ball in the hoop, and if I have to change a 2% of my picture to get the girl I want, I'm sorry, hoopers, but like I said, we're here to even the playing field. If girls can wear lashes to hide their upper eyelid exposure, or if they can smack on some filter, or if they can wear a wig even though their hairline is also receding, I mean, the game is rigged, so you can either join them or get cooked. Now, I'll say this to say, don't do nothing crazy. Like, I haven't gotten into the tinted sunscreen shit. Obviously, don't push it. But all I'm saying is, if you can push things in your favor just a little bit as a hooper, hey, we're not here to judge. You want to put the ball in the hoop. This is the equivalent to playing with the best basketball shoes, bro. There's no reason to not put your best foot forward. Next up is TikTok pandering. Now, this one is actually star a new life. I'm going to be honest here. If you're pandering to TikTok, it works. You might get some hoes in your comments, but let's see what is an example of pandering on TikTok, right? This is still your life is cooked, genetically cooked. Your chips, fries, Cheetos, Doritos, Takis. You're just cooked. An example of TikTok pandering is just something like this, right? And this is no hate to this guy, but he says, if the guy you're with hasn't taken you on 10 dates or more, do not be intimate with them. Now, I thought this was just rage bait, but let's actually watch this shit.
It is quality time too. If he ain't at least took you on 10 dates, do not be intimate with him.
Now, I've already made a video on, these type of videos where guys would pander to women and say stuff that, women would bite, and it's not just this guy. You're not going to hate on him, but another guy might even say, if the guy hasn't paid for at least 10 bills, do not be intimate with him. Stuff like this, it kind of ruined the dating economy because women will actually believe the bullshit these type of people spew, right? And the problem with TikTok pandering is when a guy like him make a video, saying nonsense that's not realistic, girls who actually believe in him would repost it, comment it, and some of them will actually DM him, right? So he might make a video like that's like me. That's like Coach K saying, "Hey guys, not gonna lie, if you don't send a girl $1,000 every fucking day, you don't deserve to be with her." And then the girls who saw my post, they might DM me, and I might be able to hoop, get on the phone with them, and then I might just say I was gonna buy it. I might act like a fake trick to get the girl I want, and it's nasty hoops. It's unethical, but does it work? I've seen it work. I'm sorry, but will I put this as King of LARPs on this tier list? Fuck no. Start a new life, because the reality is this is good short term. But long-term wise, it'll get to a point where girls can kind of see what you're doing, right? It'll get to a point where if another female creator says, this guy just says this shit to girls to get more girls in his DMs, he's genetically cooked. Cooked. Chips, fries, Oreos, Cheetos, Doritos, Takis. You are just cooked, bro. This shit's not funny. It's just brutal. Now, if you post you at having a Starbucks coffee, no one gives a fuck, bro. I mean, no one gives a fuck, but the girls might. So maybe if you do it maybe once, I don't know, maybe once a year. I mean, is it ideal though? No, it's patched. I'll say this. You can reply to a girl having some Starbucks coffee with the method in the cookbook maybe, but posting Starbucks by yourself, it's not really a lifestyle. Would a girl really give a fuck that you spent $10 on some latte drink? If you're attractive, yeah, but will it really move the needle? And it's gonna be no. It's patched. Next up is, I want to save tinted sunscreen for last. Not gonna lie, because I gotta really bring an example here. I gotta download that shit and show you guys videos of that shit. Next up is the airport flexor. It's okay. It's okay. You're better off showing the places you go to. Like if you're in Bali, you show some trees or some bullshit. But if you're showing yourself on the road, it depends. It's not crazy good LARPs. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, next up we got the vision board maxer. Now, these are the type of people who might post their goals or a quote, or a vision board is basically where you put, like, let's say you want a Lamborghini, right? You put everything you want in life, whether it's a Rolex, a watch, anything that you want in life, you will put it on the board, and then you're going to put it on your story to show that you're achieving that type of award, I guess. People hardly do this. This is not really something you can LARP with. You gain nothing out of doing this. And another thing too, when you do end up getting the thing you do want with these vision boards, is you want to make it seem kind of effortless. It's in the 40 laws of power. But if you're posting your vision boards or quotes or motivational bullshit, start a new life, because you're cooked. Genetically cooked. Hiding your follower list, this is a must. King of all LARPs. You must, if you're going to buy followers, you must pair it with hiding your follower list. That way they won't see how many fake accounts, bot accounts, the type of accounts are following you, because your follower list is hidden. if you can hide your followers and you can buy followers, and another thing you could add is having a verification mark. If you have those big three, I should have added this shit to this tier list. You can hoop. Only thing I will say is, me personally, I don't have this big three of buying followers, hiding. I hide my shit, but buying and having a verification mark on your personal account is kind of try hard, in the sense of you're paying monthly to have the verification mark, but it does do wonders, right? If you ever, let's say, I'm finna go on a tangent here, right, guys? But a lot of the guys inside the school, they might follow a girl who has 5,000 followers, 6,000 followers, and they only have the hoopers will only have like 100 or 200 followers. If you look inside the cookbook, I tell you guys a lot that the ratio of followers you have compared to the girl matters. So if you have 300 followers and you try to DM a girl with 8,000, she has about 20 times the amount of your followers. You have to kind of shoot and hoop in your range a little bit. I'm not saying you can't, maybe 1 out of 100 you might be able to score with the bad bitch. You might be able to score with her. But if we're looking for the best, the most optimal calculated maneuver, is to shoot your shot with girls within your following range, within your follower range, right? So if you have 300 followers, the max you should really do is 300 times 4 is a girl with 1,200 followers, or even to really push up to the upper limit is maybe 2,400 or 2,000 followers. We only say this because I was talking to this one guy inside the community, and he was saying how his homeboy told him that a girl was eyeballing him. He got her IG, and the girl had 8,000 followers. So when the girl was eyeballing him in real life, she was showing an indicator of interest. But when he tried to follow her on Instagram, he didn't get the follow back. And the reality is, and this is no hate to him, and this can be sad. And you might say, oh, he dodged the bullet. But when she first looked at him, she already had an idea of him. She was thinking, okay, he looks like he gets bitches. He looks like, he can fuck. And then when she looked at your Instagram account, and I'm telling you, this is how some girls will think. No funny shit. Because this girl has 8,000 followers, right? When she looked at his Instagram account, and this guy only has like 80 followers. Like, no offense, he only had 80 followers. And when she looked at his Instagram, it's like, damn, the idea of what she had of that hooper didn't match his current profile. So she kind of fell back to the point of, mind you, the girl showed him an indicator of interest first. The fact that he got her Instagram and she didn't follow back, all that means is she definitely saw your account, brother. It's just the idea she had of you didn't match the reality. It's like her expectations and reality did not match, and that's why he was able to hoop with her. And is that sad? Yes. And would you want to crack a girl like that? Probably not. That's kind of really shallow. But if you did want to, like, let's say you don't give a fuck about a girl's personality, these type of hurdles and obstacles do exist as hoopers. So all I will say is this, right? No, I'm not telling this guy to do this shit though, because not even me, like Coach K is doing this shit. But if you want to max out all your chances to hoop, put the ball in the hoop with every girl you meet, if you pair up with LARPing with buying followers, hiding your follower list is not that hard. I'll show you what it looks like if you properly hide your followers. When the girl clicks the number of followers you have and they click to see your follower list, it's gonna say this creator blocked it. I'll show what it shows for the girl that's inside the cookbook too. But if you successfully hide your followers, buy followers, and you have a verification mark, and you're probably thinking, bro, but I won't get that much engagement on my post. Should I buy likes too? I wouldn't even recommend posting. As long as you have the followers, the verification mark, and you can hide your follower list, all you have to do is just post on your highlights. The girl won't know that you have fake social proof. All the girl will think is, damn, he has a lot of girls in his DMs, and he's kind of hot too. Let me take him serious, type of thing. So you're LARPing social proof, and the great thing about Instagram now is the girl won't even know that it's fake. So she'll think your phone is filled up, especially if you are an attractive guy. She'll think that your phone is filled with hella bitches because she sees that you have a lot of followers and you're verified. And mind you, this is all LARP. So if you pair it all with buying, I know I'm repeating the same thing twice. this is king of all LARPs, and the guy I mentioned before inside the school, he probably wouldn't have gone through that. Anyways, the next one is Love Island LARPs. Now, I'm gonna drink my water before I really tell you the problem with Love Island. Nigga actually let me drink water. Grown ass man. Now, with Love Island, right? This used to be actually good LARPs. Maybe a couple of years ago, or last year at least. But it's getting to the point where it's low-key becoming patched, right? So I'm gonna tell you why it's becoming patched, right? This girl on her TikTok goes to make a post saying, let's zoom in. There are dudes out here, and she had 100,000 likes. This is one day ago, bro. I'm not making this shit up. This girl gonna post on TikTok. There are dudes out here who don't watch Love Island pretending to be on KC's side so they can argue with bad bitches in their DM. By the way, she also, if you can zoom in here, she says, there's no limit to the LARP, huh? She even knows what LARP means. Who told her what LARP means? How is she hip? Let's calm down. With that being said, though, now imagine you're a bad bitch, right? Automatically, anything related to Love Island is going to be on your For You page. So if this shit has 100,000 likes right now, I'll try to link this video. I don't know if I'll find it. But if this shit has 100,000 likes after one day, it's only a matter of time before this shit becomes more and more patched. And even the comments are experiencing the same thing, right? Let's zoom in here, right? Let's see if I can zoom in, right? Cam said, so Cam is a girl. And I guess they're arguing about a Love Island bullshit, right? And she says, nah, I can't agree or condone that behavior. It's disrespectful. The dude says, I guess you're not changing your mind. Ha 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 ha. How you been though? You look good. You showed your shot too quick. You use the Love Island method, and then within the next second, you give her free validation, free glaze, walking glaze bait. You're just gooked. Genetically, bro. Gooked. And this shit has 25,000 likes on this comment. So if you're trying to use the Love Island method, like this guy, he says, I'm not pretending, because this is all from this girl's post. She said there are dudes pretending to watch Love Island, right? This hooper or a guy says, I'm not pretending. In some way, somehow, she ratios him. Oh my God, y'all are so corny. The bad bitches are now aware. So unfortunately, this shit is low-key becoming patched. I'm sorry to tell you, even this, another screenshot. This guy says, so who are we voting out on Love Island? The girl says, I don't know. The guy says, Jeremiah's kind of crazy, right? The girl says, I don't even watch Love Island. And then he says, just let me hit at this point. It's just fries, bro. Put the fries in the bag. Whether you like Takis, Cheetos, or Doritos, you're genetically cooked. And I had one more TikTok that just shows how patched this shit is. Where is it at? Right here. He says, methods patched. Let's see what happens to him. I had to mute the audio. He made a note. You finna get clout from this video, bro. But Fly Jet, he said, is Love Island good? They say, shut your bitch ass up. Let's see what else he got. Shut your bitch ass up again. Method patched. I think it's patched, bro. The hoes don't want you, baby, bro. It just cooked, bro. This is too mainstream now. So if we had to put Love Island LARPs, it's low key. We wouldn't put that patched, but here's the good news, though. I still need some more water. I'm sorry, guys. Here's the good news, though. Let's say you still try to do a Love Island LARP. If you do LARP Love Island stupid ass questions on your Instagram notes or stories or DMs, sometimes if a girl like you, she will take the bait on purpose. Like she'll know what you're doing and she'll still engage and entertain what that girl just mentioned about the guy named KC. If a girl like you, she will fall for the rage bait, LARP bait, whatever you want to call it, jester bait. She'll fall for it just as an excuse to talk to you. So it's patched, but to be quite frank, if a girl really likes you, she will purposely fall inside your trap, if that makes sense. Because she wants to talk to you. She finds you attractive. But is this ideal LARPs? Not so. It's not Start a New Life. It's just patched, bro. Next up is the reverse LARPer. Now, I was supposed to find a video to explain what that really means. But let's go back to our video, our notes, right? If good LARP fools people and bad LARP fools yourself, Reverse LARP is, instead of you showing good things about your life, you're low-key like a beggar. Like, let's say you go on TikTok and you're crying, saying how you got kicked out. And this is no hate to people who do this. You know, you're on camera crying. No hate to you guys. But with a reverse LARP, and this does not help you with bitches. But let's say you're broke and you need some emotional support, or you need like a GoFundMe. Sometimes it won't even be LARP, but sometimes it does be LARP. So a reverse LARPer is someone who, instead of showing the good side of your life, you say how terrible life is as a chance to farm support, and maybe, like I said, start a GoFundMe. Let's say you just got fired from your job. You'll do a GoFundMe and people will like send money to help you financially. But as far as getting bitches, it's a good move for getting money, possibly if you're crying and you get 1 million views of something traumatic happened. But as far as just getting strictly bitches, start a new life. You know, you're crying on camera, and this is no hate, because sometimes sometimes it's not even LARP. It's just your real life. But if we're looking at what's the most seductive, the most attractive thing you can do with a girl to make her obviously like you more, reverse LARPing is not ideal. Now, next up is a relationship soft launch. Now, this one could work, right? If you for example, right, you have to pair this with plausible deniability, right? So if you post it to like, let's say you're in your car, right, and you put some flowers in the passenger seat, and you take a picture of the flowers, and you post it on your story, you're low key LARPing as if you're getting the flowers for someone. But whole time, if a girl DM you, is this for a bitch? You can give her some cope excuse and say, oh no, that's for my mom. It's my mom's birthday. You're not gonna tell her happy birthday? How dare you? Oh my god, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Then you can lead into getting the number or use a method from the cookbook. Regardless, if you do a relationship soft launch, it's good LARPs. It shows that you're caring, you're nice, and you low-key get bitches. Like, for example, right? If you post food in your story, if you post a plate in front of you, you're low-key LARPing that you get bitches, you're on a date with a girl. You're LARPing the fact that you have a social life, even if you don't. So if you do a relationship soft launch, just be ready for the girls that do DM you. Be ready to throw in some type of cope excuse of saying, oh yeah, that was just my mom. And I'm not going to lie, guys, my voice, I'm getting tired of yelling here, so I'm just going to use my natural voice. Because I don't want to keep drinking water. You want me to keep drinking water, bro? It's a nigga in here that said yes, fries. So I'm going to take a deep breath, and then we're going to continue finishing with these last 3 items. The next one is the tinted sunscreen user. Now, I've heard of this before, and in case you don't know what tinted sunscreen is, we're going to watch a video that kind of explains what the mechanism of it is. Let's watch.
This is not makeup, it's a tinted sunscreen. Watch this. Squirt some of this on and you rub it in.
Pause, bro.
Squirt some of this on.
You let me replay this shit 2 times. You gotta be steady. Gooked.
And you rub it in like that, and as you can see, it covered all my acne scars. If you have acne or scarring on your cheeks like I do, stuff is going to be a...
Now, Hoopers, I would say this much. Me personally, I've never touched any tinted sunscreen, right? So the only problem with this tinted sunscreen is if you hug a girl, or if let's say you put your cheek on her cheek, on her face, is that sunscreen going to be on her face now, or is it going to leave a mark or a stain? There's a lot of questionable, suspicious hoops when it comes to tinted sunscreen. And even if we look at the comments aren't really jacking this shit. I'm not going to lie. Like, the comments are saying, never thought I'd see men wearing makeup like it's normal. This other girl says, who's going to be the boys? Definitely makeup. Why lie? This is makeup. More comments. They said, baby, this is makeup. Who's going to be the boys? So makeup with SPF. Bro, you are tuning. Now you a bad bitch. And to be fair, it might have some truth to it. Because if you have to start a video off saying, this is not makeup, you're kind of genetically cooking yourself. Let's see if I'm tripping. Let's beat this shit.
This is not makeup.
Yeah, it's fries. You feel me? If you have to start with clarifying it, it's almost as if you're on the border of whatever you're suggesting here.
This is not makeup.
So the question is, where will we rank tinted sunscreen, right? Now, if you do have some, I'll say this much, right? Only way you can really get okay, I'll say in my own opinion, it does kind of look like makeup. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. But let's say you are a tinted sunscreen hooper, you're kind of cooked. If you do use it, I'd probably recommend you to use it in a video you post. Like let's say you just got a haircut, right? And you're a tinted sunscreen user, you could put it on your face, and only for the video would you have this on your face. But if you're linking a girl, you probably wouldn't want to have this on your face. I don't know. If you're caught, what are you going to say? Oh, it's not makeup. This is just tinted sunscreen. Does it really matter? Not really. But if we have to rank this among all of the LARPs, this would have to go with, you would probably say it depends, but I really wouldn't recommend doing this, bro. Just get like tretinoin or some retinol cream, or because like he just said in the video, he's just covering covering up the problem doesn't really fix it. You know what I'm saying?
With this on and you rub it in like that, and as you can see, it covered all my acne scars. If you have,
so I'm saying it's covering some shit, right? So it's LARPing clear skin. We're taking a page out of the bad bitch cookbook or whatever the case may be, and like I said, instead of covering it up, the goal would be to fix the actual problem.
acne or scarring on your cheeks like I do, stuff is going to be a
Yeah, it's just brutal, bro. So I'll say I would recommend you guys to actually fix the root problem. But if you want to LARP clear skin for your videos, hey man, bro, I ain't gonna lie, to start a new life. I wouldn't recommend you getting this. You don't need this shit, bro. I'm sorry. Next up is I'm a trick. This is actually good LARPs. I should actually whip out a video right now of a guy saying I'm a trick and these hoes just following him like a fly on the wall. Well, not a fly on the wall, but it's like, you know how you go outside and there's mosquitoes? That's how the hoes were on him. Like, they just wouldn't leave. So let me see if I can find this video in real time.
I'm just the neighbor. I'll just say hi to all my neighbors and stuff like that. So, hey.
A little emotional, but we'll give him a chance, guys.
Y'all gotta chill though. All right. And by the way, my nickname is Mr. Pay for Shit.
So this is the I'm a Trick LARP. I'm gonna say it depends on the type of hooper you are. Let's keep watching the video.
So if y'all need me to Uber Eats anything, my nickname is Mr. Pay for Shit. So if y'all need me to Uber Eats anything, y'all know the Kraken house, the crypto crib? Mm-hmm. Yeah, my older brother, he works with them.
Yeah, LARPing money.
Oh wow. Yeah. So I got my own.
Yeah,
So the girl said they said they're giving $1,000. Another girl says, yeah, is that real?
You said what? That's it?
Look at the composure. They're giving away $1,000, and that's low-key a lot of money in this economy, and all he can say is he's LARPing, that's it. And let's look at the girl's response.
That's it?
that's it.
Now, I muted the background music for copyright reasons, but the girls were like, oh my god, really? And normally all the girls started talking to him, obviously because he's LARPing money. Is this the most ideal move as far as LARPs is concerned? We're going to put it at it depends. It's definitely not patched. These girls love money. I mean, they're low-key selling it, but if you tell that to their face, they might get offended. But using the I'm a Trick LARP is not patched. Like we saw in this video, he had good composure. He's even grinning. This was an excellent shot, you know. So if you're LARPing and you're telling girls you're a trick, I wouldn't really recommend it. You want the girl to actually like you and have actually like some charisma with it. But if you're leading with your pockets, these girls will literally use you for your money and use that same money on another guy. And that guy, I guarantee you, is a hooper, you know. So I wouldn't say to use this too much, telling girls you're a trick. It's low-key a little desperate, but we're going to put that depends. And I'm not saying this guy is desperate here. This is all for content. But I'm just showing how innately when the girls hear, oh, he's a trick, it's been normalized on TikTok now. A trick is low-key a modern-day pimp. But like I said, this is so normal. If you LARP it now, it's like music to their ears, you know. Next up is the failed LARPer. I don't know why I put this shit in here. A failed LARPer is someone who's a bad LARPer. I mean, it's night and day. Start a new life. So this is the how to LARP tier list. Now, if we had to put this all in order, height booster, spur on hairline, this goes last. Let's put this in order as far as king of LARPs. That way we can know what's the most credible. In 2026, AI LARPing is a thing. Car rentals is low-key. Normal, fake, natty, Airbnb bandits. I'd say definitely put these three together. buying followers, and I need to put the verification badge in here for these three. Airbnb Bandits, Bodily Photoshop Pilgrim. Yeah, this is the how to LARP tier list, right? Make sure to study it. You don't want to start a new life, be a Pinterest image farmer. And this is the end of the video, right? I was going to make another video for you guys. It was called, where is it? Different types of women to crack. It's a little explicit, so we're going to keep it on the school for now. Just drop this shit. A lot of you guys asked me to drop the how to crack, in the gym. Because, especially in the gym, I will stand on this belief. You can never, ever cold approach in the gym. But that just begs the question, if you do want the girl, if you can't cold approach, how do you warm approach? How do you have plausible deniability? And this one, the how to crack in college isn't that explicit, but we have to really gatekeep it, right? If we come up with a new method and everyone else is using it, it's gonna become patched, So with that being said, you guys can check out this tier list in the school. You can check out the cookbook. And I think that's the end of the video. Yeah. I'm trying to make sure this shit is centered. Yeah. So check out the school, check out the cookbook. I'm gonna say my outro. Man, let's. You said hoop, twin? Tell me you said hoop, bro. Tell me, I'm asking, did you say hoop? Yes, no? Are you deaf? Hey, shout out my deaf hoopers. We're not here to roast. With that being said, man, let's hoop. I love y'all boys. Let's do this shit.